Welcome to practice today. I'm Paul. I'm so happy to be with you for this mellow yellow yoga practice. Summer and I have been teaching, as we call it, mellow yellow classes for many years, and we're really excited to bring them here to you on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. We add 3 new short form classes every week. For today's practice, we're going to do a yin style session, some longer holds. You'll need a few props. If you have 2 blocks, have those nearby. You could also use a chair instead, a strap, some kind of belt, and a blanket. So with that, I welcome you to mellow yellow time. We'll begin practice with puppy dog pose. So grab 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, you'll be able to do puppy dog pose with your elbows on the back of a chair and just sinking your chest down. You could use a countertop as well. If you have blocks, let's go blocks at the highest level, although you could lower the blocks to any level that you like. We'll move the hips back and just drape the wrists over the edge of the blocks. Very simple here. Super feel good for the shoulders. If there's any discomfort, try the elbows on the back of a chair or a table. And whereas in a typical practice, we'd work to actively lift the arm bones, you can engage just a slight lift. Don't overdo the action and let everything be passive, heavy, the chest, the head, working down towards the earth. If there's any discomfort in the shoulders, feel free to do this with hands on the floor as well, either elbows to the back of a chair or hands on the floor. Feel yourself getting quiet. It's a great way to close out the day or jumpstart your day. Either way, the connection to breath, the held postures, and the deep release will set you up. Relax the muscles of your face. Soften your eyes and your jaw. Take 2 more full breaths in and out through your nose. After your second exhalation, inhale, slowly rise, peel yourself out of that one. Whew, that is some deep release in the shoulders and upper back. So just notice how it feels as you come to standing. Grab a hold of your blocks or your chair and do a standing wide leg forward fold. Now, not super wide with the feet, but definitely wide enough. And blocks, you may have them stacked like this. We're going to bring forearms down and then forehead to the back of the forearms. You could always lower. If you're using a chair and your hamstrings are tighter, you might be at the back of the chair. If they're more open, you might go to the seat of your chair. So find a good stance for you. You could always go more narrow with your stance and bring your forearms to the chair. It's whatever feels optimal for you today. Maybe you want to go deeper. Maybe you need to back off. Just honor yourself. No attachment to what you think it should look like or where you think you should be. Just settle into your pose. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Have a little tone to your leg muscles, but not a lot. So we're not overly engaged. It's passive with a little bit of resistance. Pressing your forehead on something helps to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. It's calming. If you feel any strain in any of these poses, if you're working too hard, back off a little bit. Just be where you need to be. To feel stretch, lengthening, yet peaceful, relaxed while working the poses. Two more deep breaths. Bend your knees, bring your hands to the floor, and walk your feet in. Just heel toe your feet in. And then come all the way to standing. Shake out your legs. And have a seat. Janu Shirshasana, aka Johnny. Right leg is straight, left leg, pull it back. You may have to have your foot a little bit further forward, sitting up on a blanket as well if you find that you're rounded back. Or you can pull your foot back. And we'll take blocks just to the inside of the front knee. Same thing, we're working. Forehead resting on the back of the forearm. If it's really hard to fold here, have a chair. Pull your chair in and maybe you're much higher up. Widen your seat. Turn towards the right thigh. And then fold. And just find the sweet spot for you. Where do you need to be? Resting your forehead. If we completely relax the right leg, it'll tend to turn open. Just keep a little bit of a tone in the leg so the toes point up. It's enough effort, but not too much. Connect to a feeling of calm and peace and ease. Relax your face. Take two more full breaths. After your second exhale, inhale and rise. Take your time and we'll switch sides. Extend the left leg out. Pull the right leg in. So even if normally, if you were to do this, you could bring your forehead to the floor. We're backing it off. We're using props. Widen your seat. Turn towards your front thigh. And then as you fold, you're coming to the inside of the thigh. Crossing forearms. Slight tone to your left leg, just to help keep it straight up and down. The more you turn your upper body to the left, the more this becomes not just a forward fold and a hip opener and a hamstring lengthener, but a twist. Stay present with your breath. Just notice the thoughts that arise and notice how they come and they go. We just let them go. 2 more deep breaths in and out through your nose. After your second exhalation, slowly rise up. I am definitely feeling calm now. Grab a hold of your belt. Have your blanket nearby. You can do Supta Padangusthasana for 1 minute per side. And then we'll come into our final relaxation. So take your belt around your right foot or some kind of other prop. If you don't have one nearby, you could grab the back of your thigh as well. Stretch your right leg up with your left knee either bent, foot on the floor with a slight curve to your low back, or you can stretch out the left leg, maintaining the curve to the low back. Draw your right foot overhead. Resist your right hip crease towards the front of your mat. Stay like this, or for a couple of breaths, open your right leg over to the right. If the left leg is straight, it might help you to stay grounded. Left knee bent might cause you to tip over more to the right, so you want to resist that. If your leg is over to the side, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, slowly release. Place the belt around your left foot. Right knee bent, or extend the right leg straight. Try to lift through the low back. Slight arch to the back. Gently resist your left hip towards the front of your mat. Stay with your breath. Remain here or open your left leg over to the left. Try not to let your right hip lift too much off the floor. Right buttock too much off the floor. Stay grounded. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, slowly release. Place your belt off to the side. And let's close this short and sweet yin practice out with a supine roll, chest roll. So we're going to roll the blanket up. I like just a little roll. You could go for a thicker roll. It's going to lead to a deeper back bend. I like the small roll here. And the key is placement. So it's got to be just under the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. If it's too much towards the low back, it might not feel very good. And if it's too high as well, it might not feel all that great. So under the bottom tips of the shoulder blades, and then you can stretch your arms overhead or arms to the sides. Or you could come into Shavasana directly without support. Just relax and rest. I'll leave you here in this final resting position. If you can stay for a few minutes, please do so. Savor this time. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this short yin class, you'd like to see more of these, leave some comments below. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.